Open Truth, inspiring ideas.
Hello, you're watching The Open Truth. Today we happen to be in one of the streets of Juba. I am just located in Jebel Market, which is actually in the eastern part of Juba city. Today let's talk about environment. You may recall that recently UN member states celebrate the World Environment Day. So let's talk about the city, Juba city, the biggest city in the country. As we know, we have so many cities across the country. Why do we talk about environment today? It's very important to talk about environment. The truth is, the city is yet dirty. The country is struggling with how to get rid of disposable solid waste. And so today we are catching up with one of the achievers, someone who is very innovative to ensure that Juba city is clean. Now just imagine I am here in Jebel Market, and on the eastern side of the market, you'll find a heap of garbage. And when it rains, people who are down the stream face the consequences. And in the stream, or along the stream, most people actually go fetch water, use it for domestic work, wash utensils or wash themselves, and also use some of these for their benefit. But this is unhealthy. Now let's look at how important it is for us to clean the environment. Now you can see that where I am, this is where exactly we can find a solution. But is it really possible? Is it really achievable that we can clean the city in a very shortest time to have a breathtaking city? Well, I will be joined shortly by one innovator in the country, and he will tell us how best we can clean up the city. And this is HF Africa. HF is Health, Food and Security Livelihood Africa. It's an organization that does a lot of things, but one of the activities is what I'm just about to talk about, and that is cleaning our environment. As I alluded to, that I will be speaking to one innovator who looks at how best we can benefit from what is regarded as waste. Waste is not all waste. What you can see now is carrying some of the disposals that have actually been dropped along the streets, and he's trying to make good use of them. So it's good.
These are plastics dropped on the street, a lot of rubbish and leftover food. Wow. You can see this.
Look at this.
This is the leftover food from family. We make this food is in fact the food you see here. If it's dumped on the street looks so ugly. So, but for us, we make use of this rubbish. The way you can see in front of us, we have grown, there's kitchen gardening. It comes from the food here. The leftover food has grown very beautiful fruits and vegetables for the community. You can see.
How do you collect this? Do people bring them out for you?
No, we give them polythene bags. They collect them, and then there are some boys whom we bring at we encourage to bring for us at a low cost, so that they can. We can use it for making compost manure, for growing fruits and vegetables in every home. We're trying to encourage every home in the city to grow at least something small to sustain the family. Thank you.
What is the truth here? Is Juba city dirty?
Juba city is very dirty. If you go from Nesitu, you remove all the round. If a visitor comes from Juba airport, the first thing he sees a lot of rubbish on the street. People litter a lot of rubbish. We are trying to see solution that can reduce the waste so that the Juba can be praised like people are praising Kigali from afar. Want to see that Juba is also praised.
Right. I'm seeing you're doing good stuff here. Great stuff indeed.
Yes.
You have some interlock bricks.
Yes.
And I'm seeing so many other items here. So do all these come from the solid waste?
These are all, we are trying to see how we can recycle and reuse the waste. The method of recycling and reusing the waste is one of the best key aspects that can make the youth employment we can upgrade the youth employment. These are plastic waste. These are purely plastic wastes. You can see these are the waste which has been thrown on the street that we collect them to make building material. We are making building materials such as interlock bricks. And you can build your house without using any bag of cement.
Oh, really?
You just interlock the bricks. Yes. You
Put one on top and top.
Yeah, one on top. You just interlock it like this, yes. And then immediately you bring the beam. It sits on it. Then the house is complete.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
So this is actually economical in the sense of building, because you don't, as you said, you don't use a lot of cement to be able to put.
No, you don't use a lot of cement. You can only use little cement at the ground level where you are making this, the foundation. But eventually, you just use the brick without anything. We don't only make this one here. We have 3 items that we make. We make the roofing tiles. They call it mategula. The roofing tiles we also make out of the plastics. This thing is made, just you melt this plastic. After melting the plastic, you bring sand, river sand. You mix with the little plastic, and then you make it in the molder. It comes exactly like as it is here now. This one can be transported anywhere in the country. It can be taken up to Bentiu. It cannot break. It can be taken up to Wow. Anywhere in the country that you can take this item and it cannot break. Even you can just, after building, you are tired of the structure of the house, you can again reuse it. It's very strong than any other cement.
So what do you intend to do with these blocks? Or you just want to demonstrate how we can make good use of solid waste in Juba?
We have the first key reason we are making this thing, we are reducing the waste. Right. Want to make the town clean. Even in future, if we are supported, if we get support with the government and other donor communities, that we don't want to see even a single bottle in the street of Juba. And you can't see any leftover food in the street of Juba. The dead animal, like the dogs and so on, which are smelling, which are keeping the environment very smelly, odor, we can't see it in future. That's why we are making this thing for the reason of environmental conservation, number 1. Number 2, want to keep the Juba, the town clean. Number 3, if we have produced enough of these items, what do? We shall be going for cheap construction for the people. Because we don't have the use. People will be, now somebody will say he has a piece of land, he wants to build house. We can take all these things. The brick is already there. Affordable price. We have the iron sheet, which we shall also make the interlock bricks, and then that's the roofing tiles, eco roofing tiles. We are making out of the cement. That means a poor person, a very vulnerable person can build a very beautiful house.
I am seeing stoves next there.
Yes. This is number 1. Number 2, we have stoves. This stove here, I need to light it for you so that you can see how it works. The stove.
Wow, what you are saying is really incredible work. Yeah, some products made from solid waste that we seem to ignore, thinking they have no use because they are simply waste. But now you can see the product of what HF Africa is trying to do. And the objective is basically to clean the environment and ensure that Juba City is clean. And he has said the truth. Juba City is really dirty. I told you earlier that if you go to the east, just eastern part of the market here, you will not want to watch it twice because it's really nasty. And this is what
this is the volcanic stone. That is volcanic stone. We're trying to improvise a system that trees cannot be cut anymore. We're trying to use a system that in the future people should reduce the selling of tree. In other countries, people no longer use charcoal for cooking. People are using gas. People are using stones for cooking. So we are trying to bring the same system other countries are using in this country so that everybody can benefit, can enjoy whatever he has. So this is volcanic stone. I have lighted it. We are trying to arrange the stone under charcoal dust, very little charcoal dust to catch fire. Here there is this one is to add, to give it strength. Here it uses solar. It uses the solar this battery here. You connect it so that this solar gives energy for it. And then we have a system, it can give you light in the house.
This can produce light.
It can produce light for you.
How do you connect this to the battery and the solar to give light?
The light is connected to the accumulator here, to the battery, and then the same light for the charcoal stove can give you, you can light your house.
Energy to the solar.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. How do you do that? By putting the solar next to the fire to produce that energy? Just like when you put solar up on the house.
Yes, yes.
And it gets that
yes.
Energy.
You just take the solar to the sunshine, and then it gives the accumulator energy.
During cold weather, you can use this.
Yeah, you can use it.
Wow, marvelous. Yes. So I'm saying next door, it looks like a metallic thing. Do you also do this?
This is the, it's called Biolitch. This one is we are being supported by a company in Thailand. They're also activists, environmental activists. This one here, you use firewood. You can use firewood. Use firewood like this.
But here we're still using firewood. Earlier you're saying we don't need to cut trees.
Yeah, this we use very little. Very
minimum.
little, okay. Minimum. That means we cannot cut big tree to fall down so that you use it. But use the leaves of the fire. I mean the leaves of the tree. You can use the peels of the groundnut. Very little firewood and the cow dung.
Yes.
You can use it for this one here. It can charge your phone. It can cook for you. It can charge your phone. You enjoy your home. It can also give you light.
Wow.
This is light.
Okay.
Yeah, it can give you light.
So there is a battery somewhere that also generates heat.
Yes, it has an inbuilt solar.
Okay, solar, not battery.
With a fan. It has a fan inside. It can just generate. It has no smoke. It can give you no smoke as other normal charcoal stove. Yes.
It seems to be having multiple uses.
Yes,
light.
multiple.
What else can it use?
It can also charge your phone.
Oh, really?
It can charge your phone.
Okay.
The same place
that.
here.
Yes.
Can charge your phone.
It's over there.
You can bring any phone you charge. You just charge your phone. This is a place for charging. You can put it here. Then you can bring any phone, put here, and then it goes.
Wow.
Life goes on.
Wow. What an innovative mind here you're watching. You're watching indeed the open truth. And we're talking about how best we can make use of the solid waste that we see around us, around our homesteads, and even in places that we do businesses. And this is what an innovative organization like this is trying to do to ensure that Juba city is clean. It's really incredible to see such a thing in the country. Why can't we just encourage this? I'm really fascinated to be seeing such a thing happening here. And let's give it a limelight. And so these are a few things you have so far made of solid waste. Let's talk about what you go through whenever you go out to collect, solid waste. Do you find it really easy?
I find a lot of challenges in this work I'm trying to do. A lot of the first challenge I have is there are people who don't like what I'm doing. Like if you go to where they are dumping rubbish, there is a insecurity. You cannot go Yei Road, which is which is a little bit near the town. You find insecurity.
And indeed, the dumping site or the garbage is the only, as we know, official site, the legal site that people are supposed to go and deposit waste. So you're saying you can access these areas to be able to collect this waste and make good use of it.
You cannot access the waste, and then there is also political. There is a government policy that for you to begin working and collecting the rubbish, you must undergo some processes of documentation and so on. So I find it a little bit difficult. And then financially, I'm also a little bit not stable. For you to go every office, you give money so that you can manage the waste in town. These are some of the challenges I'm facing here. And then for the people collecting the rubbish, they also need something to be paid for them. Yeah, it's not possible to just go and then begin collecting the rubbish like this without giving something to the people. You know, every city must.
You're doing business out of it.
No. I don't get even a single cent out of this. Yeah. My brain, my motive is to keep Juba clean, because as an organization we have wash component. That is water, sanitation, and hygiene. The hygiene of the community matters a lot for us. So if people will be falling sick because of the plastics are poisonous. The more we keep living among plastic, within the area where there is a lot of plastic, there is a lot of disease that will come to the community. That's why we are trying to fight hard that we implement the reason why we are running an NGO. So this thing has caught fire.
I imagine.
It is already, the stone is already catching fire. You can see the stone. Yeah, crackling noise, because the solar has given it energy. Soon you'll see.
How does the solar?
Can I bring water?
Make me understand this. Yes, I know you're talking over there, but make me understand, how does the solar gives it energy? I see a distance here. The solar is independent, and the stove is also independent.
The solar has been connected.
Oh, really? You have
to this
connected.
accumulator.
I see.
To the accumulator,
energy here now.
It gives energy.
Oh,
there is a fan. There is a fan, an inbuilt fan. So what we are doing, we want to train a lot of youth to come and learn how to make this machine, so that the energy can be minimized. People can use cheap energy for cooking. They can use stones for cooking.
I love beans so much, and I would love to use such a thing. I don't know how long it takes to boil beans with this.
Beans can take only 30 minutes.
Really?
30 minutes, the bean is ready.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's actually a time saving to be using this stuff.
Okay. You can see how now the charcoal, I mean, the stone is turning. The stone is turning red. You can see how it is working. After some 5 minutes, you'll see the whole stone will be red. No one can even touch. It is good also for people who preserve fish along the river. Terekeka, people in Terekeka, Mangala, and so on, Bor, this stone is very good for them.
Does it burn into ashes?
No. This 1 kilo of stone, you can use it for 3 months. Today you cook using the same stone. Tomorrow you cook using the same stone, and so forth. Yes.
Wow, this is interesting. It's the same. Those are the same stuff.
This is double.
Yes.
This is now single. You can come and see this one here. I have this type also. This is single. That is double. If you want to make your food to cook faster, this one here, inside there is a clay. There is clay. Yeah. If you have.
Let me sit down a little bit.
If you have little charcoal, the clay here can support your cooking. That means it reserves energy for cooking.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can remove the volcanic stone and leave your, for instance, dish to be warming.
Yes, to be warming. A kind of heater. That's a food warmer. Like you warm your food so that your husband comes at home and finds the food is a little bit warmer. You don't go and then begin lighting and so on.
You as a husband, you can be warming for your wife. All right. So you're watching The Open Truth, and here we're talking about how best we can use the solid waste. He has shown us some of the solid items, we call them waste, that he used to make up this, what you have just seen, some stoves and also interlock blocks that you can use for construction. And you have stoves here that you can use for cooking. And you have seen one other here that has multiple uses. You can charge your phone, you can light your room, and you can also cook. You see, multiple things you can do at the same time. So that's the benefit of solid waste you're talking about. And he has actually highlighted to us the challenges that they are facing. It's about bureaucracy in the system for them to be able to go out and easily collect waste and do their work. To tell you what, we were in one of the offices and we were blocked from doing this. That's to be honest. And I just wondered, why would the government do this to stop someone who wants to help keep the environment clean? This is annoying, isn't it? But let's see how this could be addressed so that we see this city as clean as Rwanda. He did mention about Rwanda, and indeed every South Sudanese want to see the country or the city like Rwanda. So we just hope that they are made to do their work easily without any hindrances so that we can see Juba city clean. So this is just a mini office, but doing great job. Innovative minds here. You don't need a tall house and whatever, but big brains in very small space like that can make a difference. And that's exactly what you have seen here.
The open truth, inspiring ideas.
And this is the truth. If there is no freedom of expression, that fake information, that Michael McQueen, he has a heart problem and he has been evacuated now. When I tell the truth.
An upcoming iRadio online TV show to feature top South Sudanese personalities ranging from top politicians to veterans to achievers and renowned international figures. The Open Truth on iTV.
Welcome from that short break. Yes, we were talking about solid waste management in the country, and particularly reaching out to an innovator, Godi, who has actually shown us a great deal of things he has made out of solid waste. And these are very, very encouraging and indeed incredible things to see. A young South Sudanese like this trying to come up with to help the society, to help the environment clean so that we all live in a breathtaking environment. And it feels good to be in his office because you feel that yes, something is happening. There are very tangible results that is actually coming out from what you do. And if this is replicate in the country and there is support, he will be able to go on and ensure that our environment is clean. I remember one time him telling me that, you telling me that it will only take you 1 month to collect rubbish and build a story house in Juba. Is that?
Yes, 1 month is enough for us to clean all the rubbish in town, Juba town, to build for us one storage house. We can use free building materials, and the rest of the things you find that one storage house can be built of 1 floor. That's enough for us to do that.
So, what are your future plans?
My future plan is to employ a lot of youth. I want to see by the next 2 years to come, youth should know the importance of waste. People should not take waste as enemy. People are dumping rubbish. They are hating rubbish. They hate rubbish as nothing. But people should love instead rubbish in the future. That's one thing. Secondly, youth in unemployment should be encouraged. This, whatever we are doing here, the way you see things are growing here, okra and so on, we are seeing that in the future, we need to begin exporting fruits and vegetables to other countries so that they get organic food from South Sudan. So these are some of my future plans. Lastly, we want to seek the government to give media freedom of catching every information from the NGO. Because for the NGO world, our best tool is the media. If media is protected, avoid from taking some of these things, we are handcuffed. So we are requesting the government to give media a lot of freedom to help us, because we don't have the gun. The government has the gun. For us, our gun is the media. You see, for example, Corona, media has done a lot of work for the people understand the word Corona. So without the media, we couldn't know about Corona.
And people can't know what such a project can do.
Yes. So these are the things that we want to tell the government to give support, full support for the media fraternity, so that we as NGOs can also enjoy our services. Thank you.
That's exactly what we are talking about. And you're watching The Open Truth, and you've heard from Godi, an innovator, environmental innovator. He has come up with a lot of things here, and he's still seeing miles ahead. If he can reach that far is undefined, and this is exactly what he's trying to do, and he's seeking support for what he's doing so that he's able to move forward and see a lot of progress in his work and see that there is a lot of employment for youth. And imagine him creating for himself a job. By doing this, if someone else replicates such an idea, if youth are empowered to do such a thing, I think it will create more employment opportunities for young people in the country and desist from what we call social problems that we often see, a number of crimes and a lot of things that youth are doing, even drug abuse.
Young children are joining Toronto.
This kind of things can be minimized. Just mention one. So thank you for watching. Let's have another edition. I am Lasuba Memo.